Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about the 12 signs of the zodiac and their planet rulers. I thought this would be another entry-level kind of video to help you understand astrology some more, and possibly like your chart too. Just make sure you're subscribed, you thumbs up this video, and leave me a little comment down below of your sun sign, since everybody knows their sun sign. Also, if you didn't see the video that I put up before this, I'll leave like a little card above, up here somewhere, um, leaving you a link there so you can watch it, so you can either look up your chart because you are more than your sun sign, and yeah, and also help you understand what each of the houses mean too. So let's get started. So starting off with Aries, because it's the first sign of the zodiac. It's the first sign of the astrological year. So even though we start in January, the new year really doesn't start until Aries season, because Aries is the first sign of the zodiac and it's the initiator. It's known to get things started, to get things moving. That's why in the springtime things are starting to grow, because things are happening, things are moving. Aries is a fire sign. It's also a cardinal sign. It likes to be active, that likes to get things started, very ambitious, energetic, optimistic. The shadow side of Aries, I would say, can be very impulsive, hot-tempered, hot-headed. Actually, it rules the head. They can be known as very aggressive signs sometimes, but that's just the shadow side of Aries. But it's ruled by Mars, which is the planet of action and getting things started. Wherever Mars is in your chart, or wherever Aries is in your chart, can tell you where you like to initiate things, get things started, get things going, where you show like your strengths, and what does it take for you to feel alive, for you to feel like goal oriented and action driven. So wherever those placements are can give you an intel of your way of movement, how you like to exercise, or how you like to feel motivated to do certain things. Now moving on to Taurus. Taurus is the second zodiac sign. It's an earth sign. It is a fixed earth sign, which gives it more of a grounded feel. It's also a feminine sign, even though its animal totem is a bull. Taurus is ruled by Venus, which kind of gives you an understanding why Taurus, likes the finer things of life, likes food and things that smell good and look nice. With them being an earth sign, they like to work. They're very work oriented. Something that they can build on, they can work on, that they can slowly move up, or gain more money so that they can invest in the luxuries of life, having the nicest car, or living in a nice apartment or a nice house, or just having a lot of money in their possessions. Taurus rules the throat and the lower jaw. Libra is also ruled by Venus, but Libra's energy is a bit different, but we're going to talk about that once we get to her. But just for Taurus is, very slow moving sign. They like to hold on to things because it is a fixed energy. So, fixed energy has a harder time with change. They have a very fixed mindset on things, or their attention is fixed on something. So once that takes place, you know, it's hard for them to try to like waver off that path or off that goal. So wherever you have Taurus, that is where, you know, it's the house that rules over your possessions, the things that you own, the things that you have. Wherever Venus is can also give you an idea of what do you like to invest in when it comes to material things, how you make your money. So that could be another layer in your chart to look at. So now moving on to Gemini. Gemini is the third sign of the zodiac. It's the first air sign, you know, the twins of the zodiac. It is considered a masculine sign. It's ruled by Mercury, so it likes to communicate. It likes to learn and take in information. It likes to multitask. So wherever you have Mercury and Gemini in your chart, wherever house it's ruled over, it can kind of give you an idea of how you like to take in information, your learning style, how you communicate, and how you socialize. You know, are you an introvert or extrovert or omnivert? Like, how do you connect with others? Gemini is more comfortable with change. You know, they need change to survive because they are a mutable sign. It rolls over the lungs and your hands and fingers, which is kind of in their nature because they like to move and be doing stuff. Like, they have like their hand in each pie. They need a variety of outlet for their energy because Mercury is a fast moving planet, so they have a lot of energy within them, so they have to learn how to cope with that. And like, that's why a lot of Geminis like doing multiple things at once. Now moving on to Cancer, which is the fourth zodiac sign. It's the first water sign, so it's a cardinal water sign. It's ruled by the moon, known as the mother of the zodiac. So they can be very protective over the things they love, as a mama bear would. They're very moody because, you know, they're ruled by the moon. So every other day, the moon is shifting and changing and waning and waxing. So it typically affects their moods, and that's why people can say they're emotional, but because they're ruled by an ever-changing planet or a luminary. Now, whereas the body parts, Cancer rules over the breast, ovaries, testes, the stomach, and the liver. So for it being a water sign, it's very receptive, it's very intuitive, and known to be creative and patient. But remember, we're all not just one sign. We're a mixture of them all. So wherever you have Cancer or your moon, that is how you connect with your emotions, with your feminine side, with how you nurture yourself or how you can go about nurturing others. It's pretty much how you process your emotions, if I haven't said that already. Yeah, it can also show the relationship with your mother that you have, and background of that kind of information too. So seeing what house your moon is in, because it can help you understand all of those things. Now moving on to Leo. Leo is the fifth zodiac sign. It's the second fire sign. It's a fixed fire sign at that. It's a masculine sign, obviously. Leos are very similar to Aries, where it's like you're very ambitious, very outgoing, and like initiators, and very creative, and optimistic, and very much a leader. So they're ruled by the sun, which is another passionate planet. They're a very loyal sign. So wherever Leo rules over in your chart, that's where you know who you are. That's how you express who you are, I would say. Wherever your sun is, or whatever house Leo rules over, is the house where you express yourself boldly, courageously. And Leo rules over the heart. They're very loving people. They follow their heart wherever that may lead them. They go for it boldly and courageously, like I was just saying. So like that will represent you, and how wherever you love or whatever you love doing, you do that boldly and courageously. So wherever that is in your chart, that's where you do that at. Now moving on to Virgo. Virgo is the sixth zodiac sign. It's an earth sign. It's also mutable, so it also likes to change and shift. It's also ruled by Mercury, just like Gemini, but it's a lot more grounded, I would say, where Gemini is like here and there and everywhere. Virgo is very organized, and they like to plan things out. They need a list. They need an organizer. They need something where everything has a home, everything has a compartment. That's how they organize their thoughts too. So where Gemini can be a little jumbled and like here and there, Virgo is very organized and meticulous about things. The shadow side can be, Virgo can be very perfectionistic, if that's a word. Yeah. They pay close attention to detail, the order of things, how to go by doing things. They are a mutable sign, so they can like change up their plans or change up their schedules if they need to move certain things around. So like maybe a fixed sign wouldn't really enjoy that all that much. Like they would want to stick to what they had to, but with Virgo being mutable, they can find some room to change and stretch and shift if they need to make their plans or their schedule more seamless and not so scattered. They want things done in a specific way, and they will, change and shift as much as they need to make it orderly. Virgo is a very service oriented sign. So they like doing for other people, taking care of other people, also themselves. They are very interested in their health in some way or another. Virgo rules over the nervous system and the intestines. On to Libra. So Libra is the seventh sign of the zodiac. It's an air sign. It's cardinal. And it also is ruled by Venus, just like Taurus. But the difference between Taurus and Libra is, I would say, Taurus is all about, getting the resources, getting the money, working hard for it, working. Not saying that Libras don't like to work. That's not what I'm saying. But Taurus is mostly about like working and building up something. Or it's like Libra is into like just the beauty and decorations and making things look nice and smell nice and like putting all the pieces together. Libra rules over peace and harmony. So it's like they want to make sure everybody's getting along and everything looks nice and cohesive, and everybody's comfortable and stuff like that. Like that's what Libra focus on more when it comes to Venus being its ruling planet, and just some of the characteristics of Libra. It's still considered a masculine sign. It just wants fairness and equality for everyone involved, for the people they're involved with. They just want to be on the same level as everyone around them. Libra also rules over relationships, so romantic relationship, friendships, people that you get into like long-term commitments with, like again, whether that's personal or work-wise, like a boss, like signing a contract of some sort. And yeah, now moving on to Scorpio, which is the 8th zodiac sign. It's one of the first zodiac signs that have two ruling planets, the traditional ruler being Mars and the modern ruler being Pluto. So wherever you have Mars or Pluto in your chart, it can give you understanding of how the Scorpio energy works in your chart, you know, because Scorpio rules over, you know, passion, intensity, power, other people's money, just where we go to combine our resources with other people, you know, whether that's, you know, with insurance or sponsorships. Yeah, so Scorpio rules over research and secrecy and trauma. It's a dark sign, you know. It's how we give away our power and how we regain it. You know, that transformation process is within all of us. How, you know, we is basically like the phoenix rising. Where do we go when we're at our lowest low? You know, what is our behaviors? How do we act? What do we possess over? Because we all have it within us. So like that, wherever Scorpio is, or wherever Scorpio rules in your chart, or Mars or Pluto, can give you an idea of, you know, how we can possess over things or give our power away to things, where we hold on to our emotions. Because Scorpio is a fixed sign. It is a feminine sign because it's water. So when it has its mind or its emotions fixed on it, it's kind of hard for them to like let go of things, to release it, because suspicion, paranoia, it's just a lot of ominous energy, Scorpio. Very powerful though, very powerful. If you have a lot of Scorpio energy, you know, you can be into like being a detective. Anything that's doing like behind the scenes kind of stuff, maybe something taboo, that people don't really talk about or know about much, or, you know, that's a bit, you know, out there. So moving on to Sag. Sag is the 9th zodiac sign. It's the last fire sign. It's mutable, so it needs change, it needs shifting, it needs to be free to move and go as it pleased. Sagittarius is a very, again, optimistic, passionate, expansive, very adventurous sign. It likes to learn a lot and take in a lot of information to give it wisdom. It's like a very wise sign. It is the last fire sign, like I said, so it's the most wise of its element. It's ruled by Jupiter, which is a planet of expansion and luck and like, you know, long distance traveling. So wherever you have either Sag or Jupiter in your chart, it can tell you where, you know, how you like to travel, what adventures you like going on, whether you go to college or not, or what higher knowledge that you are into, like spirituality or religion, whatever higher knowledge, higher power that helps your mind expand or grow in some sort. Can also talk about foreign languages, foreign cultures. Moving on to Capricorn, it's the 10th zodiac sign. It's ruled by Saturn. It's the last earth sign, so it's the most mature earth sign. It's cardinal and it's feminine. Capricorn is known for being hardworking, driven, passionate, ambitious. Capricorn and Saturn rules over structures, laws, restrictions. It rules over the bones, the skull, just the foundation of everything. It's also, the beginning of winter. So that's usually, when the trees are bare and like bushes are bare, like all you can see is the branches or the roots of something, because it's stripping it down to the bare bone, to the bare foundation. So wherever Saturn is in your chart, it can be where you find a lot of restrictions or where you spend a lot of time building something up, because it is an earth sign, so it's very, very slow moving. Saturn actually rules over time, and it likes to take its sweet time. It likes to do things correctly so that the foundation is strong. So we're not like building a house of cards. So, and if you are, that's when Saturn comes in and fixes it. And usually it'll have to crumble for you to rebuild again on a stronger foundation, on stronger boundaries and structures. It's a very practical sign. Capricorn is very by the book, very law abiding. They have a certain way of doing things, and you have to do it the right way so that it's done right. Very responsible, very slow moving, like I said before, very determined to get things done. Moving on to Aquarius. Aquarius is the second sign that is ruled by two separate planets. The traditional ruler is Saturn, then the modern ruler is Uranus. So it's like this double-edged sword in a way. So like Aquarius is the 11th sign of the zodiac. So it's known as the humanitarian. It wants to build people up. They want everybody to have basic human rights, equality. But then on the other side of like the Uranus side, it wants everybody to be free. It wants to be different. It wants to be detached. It wants to be its own unique self away from the crowd. So even though, and Aquarius wants that for everyone. So even though we are of a part of a group, you're also detached. It's weird, which is Aquarius. You can describe their energy as a little weird, a little different. They want to be innovative, bringing in new energy, new ways of doing things, to make everybody's lives easier and better. Being free to express yourself, whatever that may look like. They're very open-minded, believe in progressive thinking, moving forward, trying to, again, to make everybody's lives better, more free to do what they want to do. But also with Saturn being there and being a part of their character makeup, there's still a certain way of doing things. They don't want people just to have all the freedom to do whatever they want with no structure. It has to be a bit of both. It has to be some type of order and laws put in place for everybody to feel free, at the same time to be who they want to be and express who they want to be, and everybody being equal. Of course, there are shadow sides to that, with being impulsive and not thinking, and just not thinking of anybody else involved, and just doing things that can hurt people in the long run without really thinking about, just thinking about yourself. In a way, that's the shadow side of it. But yeah, on a healthy side, you'll think things over, and even though it can be a bit rebellious because nobody hasn't tried it yet, you'll still go and you'll try and you'll do it anyway, because you've thought this out. This is what you want to do, and stuff like that. So, and moving on to Pisces, which is the last zodiac sign. It's number 12. It's a water sign. It's mutable. Pisces is ruled by two planets, the traditional planet, which is Jupiter, and the modern planet, which is Neptune. Sag is also ruled by Jupiter, so they're both about expansion. Pisces is all about the expansion of your emotional depth, your spirituality, merging with others because it has no boundaries. It just keeps going. It's just very expansive. There's no ending to it, and it has different forms. Um, just like, the depths of the ocean, it just keeps going, and no one knows what's down there. Just like in outer space, it just keeps rising and going and expanding, and no one really knows how far it goes, when it ends, when it begins. That's just Pisces. It's just the depths, I feel. Now, when it comes to Neptune, the Neptune part of Pisces is like illusions. Like, it's not clear what's real, what's not real, because it's so dreamy, imaginative. Like, Pisces loves to use their imaginations. They're so creative, so intuitive. They can feel people's energy and the environment around them, and they can take it all in and create art with it. That's the very spiritually in tune Pisces. That's why there's so many Pisces celebrities that are like singers and artists or some type of creative, turning different experiences into art. Very mystical, magical, deep feeling sign. Honestly, it's the deepest. And since there's no boundaries with Pisces, I feel, the shadow side of that is that they can get lost in it. They can get lost in their imaginations, lost in their emotions, honestly, because they feel so deeply and they know so much, and they will want to escape, have certain behaviors when you do escape, where you're doing drugs or alcohol or any escapist activities, or like video games. It can literally be anything, where you're just not even here, you're just off in your own world all the time, and not really checking in with reality, because Pisces can very much just check right out of here and go to some other dimension that they have created in their minds. It's very powerful. Yeah, Pisces is a very creative sign, and yeah, it's mutable, so it needs that freedom to change and shift into different things, depending on their environment and what they're doing and who they're around. So wherever you have Pisces in your chart, or Jupiter or Neptune, it can show, how you connect with your imagination, with your spiritual side, whether you're more religious or you're more spiritual, or, how you connect with your subconscious, with your deep emotions. What do you like to do to escape from reality? Because we all do it, where we go and we be alone, and what we do when we're alone, or stuff like that. So I hope this video was helpful. If it did help you in any way, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. If you would like a personal reading from me, please hit me up on Instagram. You can DM me there, or there is an email in the description box that you can send me a message through that. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.